In this video, I'll show you how to use a command bar button to execute a JavaScript to change the field value. So one of the field values you see over here is called as a status. Okay, so if I want to make this status as inactive on the click of a button, then I can do that. So how we can do is like, say, if you go inside a record. So if I go into this model driven app, and if I go inside one of the record, and if I want on basis of some action, something should happen within the form. Okay, so this status should change from active to inactive. Okay, so if I want to do that, I will be able to do that using the command bar. Now, how to do that using the command bar JS is, first is I have this model driven app. I'll go on, click on edit, and once I'm in edit, I will go into the edit form and then click on edit in command bar, and then I'll choose a command bar to edit, which is the main form for me. So once you do that, you'll be presented with the screen. I have already created a couple of commands for my previous exercise. So I'm going to select the split button over here. And then once you select the split button, you can add a group. Okay, so I'm going to add a group basically, which was, I'll just say new group and say inactive, active. Okay, so this is a simple group. And then once I select that group, so let me select this group over here, down arrow, new command, and I will write a command to basically set active and set inactive. So I'll just say set a command, I'll say set label as active, and I'll select the group again, click on new command, and I'll just say set inactive. So we need to write two JavaScript to set inactive and active. So active is, we'll select an icon, and set inactive, I'll use some icon, maybe cancel icon. Okay, and then yes, so set active, set inactive. So set active, I'm going to run a JavaScript. I have already uploaded the JavaScript, but in case you haven't uploaded, you can create a JavaScript and upload the JavaScript. I'm going to show you how to create a JavaScript file. So you select that JavaScript file. Similarly for set inactive, run JavaScript and then select the JavaScript file. Now in this context, what should happen is when you run this command, it will take the context of the field value, right? So you need to get the form context. Now this is important for that JavaScript to get that form context. Now in order to get the form context, you need to pass a special parameter called as primary control. So as you see over here, I have a parameter, add parameter, and in the parameter I will pass primary control. Similarly for set inactive, add parameter and pass a primary control. Okay, and you just need to write a function. Now for function, what we need to do again, go back to, I've opened Visual Studio Code, but you can open any editor of your choice and then open a JavaScript file and just start writing your function. Okay, now I'm just using the reusing my existing JS, but you can use your own JavaScript file as well. So okay, so function set active, set inactive value. So what we need to do first, we need to set something inactive. Okay, so if I have the set inactive function, okay, set inactive, and then this is the function I'm going to write. Similarly, I'm going to write function set active. Okay, now remember we said that we will be passing a primary control parameter. So primary control. Similarly here, I'll just say primary control. Now, what is this primary control parameter? As you see over here, we are passing this primary control because that will help you get the form context. Okay. Now, how do you get the form context? It's a simple command. Basically, we just initialize a variable and we say form context equal to primary control. So I'm just storing it in a variable. You need not do that, but just to explain you, I'm storing it in a variable. Now, in order to get the logical name for the form, what we need to do is first get the logical name of whichever column which you are changing. Okay, so in my case, I'm changing the status. So I'll just go to the level up for Dynamics 365 extension, click on logical name, and here I get the logical name for state. The logical name for status is state code. Okay, so I will be making use of this. So I'll just copy this state code and I'll just say I'll use that state code, okay, in the command. So First, we need to get the attribute. So form context dot get attribute, and in double quotes just get the attribute, the column name, and you just say dot set value. Okay, now what value are you going to set? So depending on what does that column contains. Okay, now again there's a bit of logic involved in it. Now you can't just say the value as active and inactive, okay, because we need to get the internal value for that particular column. Now how to get the internal value? So this drop down may have 5 or 6 different values. Okay, now in order to get the different values, so we need to open the table. Okay, so I'll just show you where it is. So I'll just open it in a new window, and I'll open the table. So the table name is minerals. So it's a custom table. And here we'll go to the column, and the column name was status. So if you see the status column, the internal name is state code, and the value is active and inactive, but the value is 0 and 1. Okay, so this is important. So we need to pick this value. So active is 0 and inactive is 1. So if you want to make something active, take the value 0. If you want to make it inactive, take the value 1. Okay, so active is 0. Now come here in the JS, you just say if you are making it inactive, then you need to set the value as 1, because inactive value is 1. Alternatively, if you want to make the value as active, you just set it to 0. So for set active, again, we'll just copy paste this, and that's it. And one important change we need to make, the set value as 0. So once you do that, that's it. You can even write an alert JavaScript after this that you have made the value as inactive or active, but I'm not going to do that. I'll just save this. Now once you save it, what you need to do is you need to publish the JavaScript. Now this JavaScript, as you see over here, I've already uploaded. So I'll just select this file. I will overwrite the value. Just click on OK, click on save. And once it is saved, I will just publish the JavaScript. So I'll click on publish, and this information will now persist in the backend. Okay, coming back here, we need to set the function name. So set active function name is set active. So just copy this, and I will put the function name as set active. Set inactive function name is set inactive, and I will add set inactive. So I'll select the right JS and the primary control. Selected the right JS, primary control, set active, set active, set inactive, set inactive. Save and publish. So, okay, I think it's taken multiple overrides. So I'll just override this. Okay, so what we are trying to achieve over here is basically change the field value. So we have picked a choice option over here. So we are changing the value on the click of a button. You can change the value of any column. It can be text, it can be a date, it can be anything. Okay, it can be a like a lookup as well. So I've just taken an example of a choice option over here. So you on the click of a button. So if the status is active, if I click on inactive, then this should change the value to inactive. So let me play this. And here, if I go into any of the records, so let me go into the record of silver. Now once I go in this record, I should be able to see the button. Now if you are not able to see the split button or the command which you have created, make sure that you have saved your record and again refresh the screen. So if I click on the split button, I can see set active, set inactive. And if, as you see over here, it is active. Now there's no point in making it active again, right? So you just click on set inactive. The moment you do that, as you see over here, this value has changed from status active to inactive, right? Similarly, if it is inactive, then you go ahead and click on set active so that the value is set to active. So as you see over here, the screen has changed. So this is how you basically modify the value of a column for a specific record using JavaScript. So that's it, folks. This is how you basically use JavaScript in a command bar to modify the field values. Thanks for watching.